Is Stephen Greer going to be the face of UFO disclosure? Will he finally get what he's wanted all along, to take the spotlight away from Lou Elizondo and to be the guy? Well, we're going to find out potentially in June. This is pretty juicy, so get in here. Let's talk about it. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, share on social media, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, if you've been following this channel for any length of time, you know I'm not a huge fan of Stephen Greer. I don't like the guy. Why would that be? I don't know.
With you, a couple corrections. I'm not a ufologist because no such thing exists, number one. I'm an emergency and trauma medical doctor.
Also, there's the fact that he denies that alien abductions exist when they clearly do. And he also goes further than that, saying that the aliens, the beings, have never done anything negative. They're totally benevolent, totally good, and they're just they're just great guys and incapable of doing any harm. And again, if you've done any research into the subject, you know that that is not necessarily true. Again, I do not want to paint the phenomenon in a negative light at all. My own interactions have been very positive, and I think generally the trend is very positive. However, there are negative experiences, and there is a negative element to it all. And to deny that that exists is lying. It is disinformation. And to pretend that all abductions are caused by the military, that, possibly 5% of the global populace, hundreds of millions of people have been abducted for decades, at least. It's all done by the U.S. military. So, so he's a liar. He's a disinformation agent, wittingly or unwittingly. But he may yet be the face of UFO disclosure if he gets his way. So let's see. Dr. Stephen Greer, founder of the Disclosure Project and one of the world's leading authorities on the UFO U.A.P. issue, will be presenting definitive evidence of illegal, unacknowledged black budget projects related to UFO and U.A.P. operations in Washington, D.C. on June 12th at the National Press Club. He will be joined by several top-secret government whistleblowers who will be presenting compelling testimony. These whistleblowers include a U.S. Marine who witnessed a man-made U.A.P. offloading illegal weapons and drugs in Indonesia in 2009. Then it goes on, and let's just listen to the man himself and see what he has to say on a recent interview with the wonderful Chris Lado.
Now, at this point, we have amassed so much evidence. As I mentioned, we're handing over about a 5 terabyte hard drive. I don't know if people realize how much data that is. That lists all these whistleblowers and every facility, every top secret code name, all the underground SCIFs, the secure compartmented information facilities, all the bases. And by the way, that facilities list will be made fully public on June 12th of this year at the National Press Club in Washington.
I wasn't going to make a video today. I was actually supposed to be out of town today. I went out of town a couple of days ago and I was really busy yesterday, so I wasn't able to make a video in the last couple of days. And I thought I was going to have to go for 3 days at least without making a video. But circumstances changed, and here I am. Multiple people messaged me asking me my thoughts on this potential UFO summit and this delivery of multiple terabytes of UFO information, complete with the names of SCIFs and facilities and whistleblowers. I mean, that's a lot of big talk, Stephen Greer. So, he's said bold things before, and many people have. There are so many bold claims going around right now. People saying the White House itself was going to come out with disclosure, like just within a few months. There was supposed to be a big Washington Post article that was going to drop that was supposed to be gangbusters. People were saying it was going to be even bigger than the New York Times article in 2017. So, I mean, that's pretty huge, right? And then we've got other people like John Ramirez and others saying that big things are going to happen and there's going to be some massive developments, a potential paradigm shift in our understanding of UFOs and in UFO disclosure itself happening this year. And now we've got Dr. Stephen Greer, my favorite person, who is coming out saying, boom, he is going to come out with these terabytes of information. He's got all these whistleblowers and, all this information, and he's going to come out in this UFO Summit or whatever in June, and he is going to just step up the game in a huge way and actually provide what's tantamount or maybe even amount to UFO disclosure. Now, if Stephen Greer is the one to provide UFO disclosure, that is going to drive me insane. Oh, it really will. Oh my God, Stephen Greer. Oh, he's so egotistical. He's so annoying. And he lies. He spreads disinformation. He is in toxicity among the UFO community. So I really don't like Stephen Greer. However, I have gone on the record saying that he is the Martin Luther of UFOs. And I think that's very true, very apt. He has popularized the modality of CE5, that is, where individuals can go out and interact with the phenomenon themselves. They don't need the government to give them disclosure. They can go out and have their own relationship with the phenomenon. And I think that's huge. That is potentially a game changer in a major way. That potentially is the vehicle of UFO disclosure. And now he's coming out with this press conference, and he's going to release all this information, all these goodies. I mean, that sounds like it's too good to be true. I'll believe it when I see it. I think we're going to be lucky to get what we had in 2001. But I could be proven wrong. But that itself was a phenomenal success, in my opinion. So, will we get another one of those, but just stepped up a notch? Are we going to get something that's just really going to knock the door down on UFO disclosure and really, pony up with the goods? I have a hard time believing that the control group or, the powers that be would allow that to happen. I really, really do. And, maybe just for example, just for instance, what if Stephen Greer is in the employ of the control group, right? And he is spreading disinformation on purpose. Now, I don't think that's what's going on, because the way he spreads disinformation is to throw doubt on the government. He's saying the aliens aren't doing it. It's all the evil government guys that are doing it. So I don't think a paid disinformation agent would do that. But I have to wonder, is there going to be some BS mixed in with whatever truth is being revealed during the summit? And it may not even have anything to do with him working for the control group. It may just be his own agenda and personal biases and, general toxicity that is at work there. I tend to avoid Stephen Greer after the movie Unacknowledged, which spent half the runtime bashing Lou Elizondo and denying alien abductions. However, damn it, the other half was really cool, and it showed these CE5 sessions that he's done where these phantasmal beings would show up, and it was really cool. I mean, Stephen Greer has his uses, and his CE5 sessions, although way overpriced, seem to demonstrate that he has a real facility with the phenomenon, right? They show up when he calls. And he's even developed the protocol on how to contact them. And he'll sell you the app. So what could that mean? Well, he's an alien apologist. He denies they ever do anything wrong. And he's working, he has a facility with the phenomenon itself. So could he be directed by the phenomenon and not the control group to spread this information or disinformation? Maybe some mixed with the other, right? He does look like a hybrid. And I don't say that mockingly. I don't say that to make fun of his appearance. But that is how hybrids are said to look often, as they have the big egg-shaped head and the widely spaced eyes. And so could he be a hybrid that is, sent by the beings, wittingly or not, to be an ambassador of sorts? And of course, an ambassador would want to spread goodwill. And you wouldn't want to admit to the abduction phenomenon. It's probably very complicated with different groups doing different things, and some of them are pro-human, some of them are anti-human. But if the pro-human guys are going to make first contact, it might make sense for them to have an ambassador that looks human and that is seemingly human to come out with this very pro-alien agenda. So that is intriguing. Of course, there's a lot of, counter arguments that could be made for that as well. If the beings are working with the control group, as I suspect, then they would not want to spread anti-government propaganda as Dr. Stephen Greer does. And when I say anti-government propaganda, he has every right to spread anti-government propaganda, but not at the expense of the truth. And that is that the beings do carry out abductions. So could he be working with one subset of the beings that is pro-humanity and that is trying to provide a peaceful form of disclosure and trying to spread goodwill by lying? And, and meanwhile, the control group is working with another subset of beings that is not so friendly. Is that possible? We have been seeing the U.S. military and other militaries, China, Russia, Iran, shoot at these objects over the many years, many times. And there have been occasions when the objects have shot back. So that seems to indicate some sort of cosmic conflict going on. So there do seem to be different factions that are not friendly with each other, and we do seem to be working with at least one of those factions. Could he be working with the other faction? I know I'm getting weird. I'm throwing wild ideas out there, but this is what Stephen Greer brings out of me. I see all these agendas and weird things playing out in him, mixed with this monumental ego. And I'm trying to make sense of it because he's spreading disinformation, but at the same time, he is wanting to be the face of UFO disclosure. And at the same time, he seems to have a genuine facility with the phenomenon itself. And meanwhile, he's briefing presidents about UFO history. I mean, the dude is all over the place. And so my thoughts on him are also all over the place because I just can't make sense of Stephen Greer. Can you guys? Clue me in the comments below what you think of all of this craziness. Is Dr. Stephen Greer going to provide actual UFO disclosure of some sort in June? How could that even happen? Why would the control group allow that to happen? I mean, they take people out who even threaten a whisper of disclosure, right? Unless they have serious protection. Does he have serious protection? Is the phenomenon protecting him because he is an ambassador? Oh, and for anybody wondering, because I've gotten multiple messages about this too, where Baxter is. Well, Baxter's over there in the next room on the couch being a sulky silly cat because he used to always hang out with me in the study when I would make videos. He still hangs out with me in the study all the time, but he doesn't really like the light that I turn on when I'm making videos. So he tends to not hang out here when I'm doing that. But this is his spot right here, this chair. So he's got a nice towel and it's well used. You can see the cat hair. You can probably see cat hair on the back of this chair. So for anybody wondering about Baxter, he's doing very well. And he'll probably video bomb me soon. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think about this potential UFO disclosure event that Dr. Stephen Greer has planned for June. Is this going to be the real thing, the big enchilada? Let me know your thoughts and let me know what you think Dr. Stephen Greer is all about. What agenda does he represent? His own? Somebody else's? I am so curious. All right, if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. I would love to see you guys there. And if you could share this video when it drops on social media, that'd be super helpful. Until next time, there's plenty of other videos to check out on the channel. And I'll see you next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Roads, signing out.